Hello guys, my name is Choyi Itosu. Welcome to Culture Cooking, a place that we're gonna learn how to make Peru's most popular dishes and their history. And today we're gonna make ceviche, here from Lima, food capital of Latin America. So, vamos. I'm just gonna be brief on how I'm gonna explain to you the origin of ceviche. You just need to know that ceviche comes from the northern part of Peru. That's the origin from a culture called the Moche, M-O-C-H-E. Okay, and they thrive in that area from here to Ecuador more than 2,000 years ago. So the original recipe was actually raw fish, crushed chilies, salt, and passion fruits. There is actually a type of passion fruit called tumbo. It looks like a small banana that I'll show you. I put the image there. Okay, so that will be the origin of the recipe. Then when the Spanish arrived and they brought the lemons, the onions, the celery, the gingers, the garlics, okay, then the ceviche recipe evolved of what we had back 100 years ago, okay, because instead of using lemons back then, they actually put a type of bitter, I would say it's like a bitter orange, okay, and they will marinate the ceviche for at least an hour. Then 100 years ago, the first Japanese community arrived into South America. They arrived here into Lima. I'm actually half Peruvian, half Japanese, third generation. By the way, if you're wondering why is an Asian guy teaching me Latin American food. So the recipe that we're gonna do today is an evolve from the influence from different ethnic groups that arrived into South America until the ceviche and the modern recipe that we have today. But the original one is from northern Peru, from the area between Lima and Ecuador. So let's go. So the idea of ceviche is to cut the ceviche big enough just for bites, for mouth bites, okay? For example, in this case, as I wanted to show you the sizes that you need to cut the ceviche. If you're any part in the world, guys, you can use any fish as long as it's fresh, okay? And also, if you know the type of fish, if you know a brand that is a good brand for frozen fish, you can as well definitely use it. I have used frozen fish before, for sure. But the original recipe in Peruvian cooking is the fish needs to be super fresh, okay? I'm just gonna cut the tails. The tails there are two steps for making ceviche. One, it's marinating the fish with the salt. Okay, and the second one is to make the tiger's milk. The tiger's milk is the marinated use for the ceviche. So this is the size that you have, like an inch long. Okay guys, mouth bites, remember, mouth bites. Let's take our time. Okay, so guys, you would say that the secret for ceviche will be just this type of lemon, this type of garlic, this ginger, this chili. No, the entire secret of ceviche is just based, guys, on the first ingredient that we're gonna put into the fish, okay, which is salt. The salt, if you put the salt during the process or at the last or after the lemon, the fish will be already cooked and you will have already the flavors of all the vegetables and the lemons and everything in. So what we need to put first is definitely always the salt, okay? And if, by the way, this is sea salt, don't be scared if you put too much salt. You will correct that when you put the lemon. So I was telling you, it would seem that it's a very salty fish. It's a very salty dish, as I was telling you, but yeah, it doesn't matter. You can just put, for example, this is approximately 200 grams, and 200 grams normally 1 teaspoon, okay? And 1 teaspoon should be enough at the beginning. After we put the tiger's milk, then we're gonna correct the saltiness because we need to find the right balance between the saltiness and the lemon. And the fish is just a vessel, you know, into your mouth for you to for one side taste the ocean and for the other one taste the saltiness, the spicy and the citrusy, you know, and that is what makes a good ceviche. After we salt the fish, then we're gonna go for chilies and cilantro, okay? But these chilies, guys, is called ají limo. And the ají limo, it's uniquely the one that we will use to make Peruvian ceviche, mainly Limeñan ceviche, which is also the most popular one. And this is the chili. Ají limo literally means lemony chili, okay? So it is because it has like a lemony aftertaste. We're just gonna put half, okay? Just gonna put half. Another trick, by the way, a lot of people just have the other sides of the chili and they will do this. on their bowl just to perfume the whole ceviche, but I prefer just to put a pieces of chili, you know, easier. And then we are going to put some cilantro. Just a little bit of cilantro, just like a small handful. By the way, this knife, you will wondering how it's just like a very thin knife, but it's just actually just a fish knife. But because I already cut the fish here, I'm just using the knife that I cut only in this area. Okay. Because I don't want like any cross contamination with the vegetables that I'm gonna cook soon. Okay. So anyway, let's go. That's it. Right guys, right now we're gonna make tiger's milk, but remember that we already did the ceviche, and the ceviche, it's just the fish, salt, chilies, and cilantro, okay? Now we're gonna do one of the most important parts of the ceviche preparation, which is the tiger's milk. The tiger's milk is just like a milky lemon juice because it looks like milk, it looks like milky, and they call it tiger because yeah, it looks like a tiger, you know, it's like aphrodisiac, so watch out guys. First, the lemon, Peruvian lemon, okay? Peruvian lemon is a type of lemon that only grows as well in the north part of Peru, and it has a very high citrusy level. And it's perfect to do this with the ceviche because it marinates perfect and cooks the fish perfect. And normally I will put 1 garlic per person, but because I like it garlicky, I will put 2. Then I will put half of the amount of garlic as in ginger. So this enough of ginger should be enough actually. 1 stick of celery is like this. This amount is perfect guys. Like this much of cilantro as well for that. And that's pretty much it. So what we're just gonna do is just put, we remember with pieces of fish that we have, we're just gonna put the celery, we're gonna put the garlic, we're gonna put the ginger, we're gonna cut this a little. I'm gonna cut just this roughly. And we're just gonna squeeze the lemon in, okay? You can use your hands as a strainer. Okay, the last lemon. By the way, guys, I forgot my lemon squeezer, so that's why I did it with my hands. So yeah, there's no time to go back to the kitchen. So the last ingredient, it's the chili. Okay, this is half of the chili that we put in. Now we are going to put it inside the tiger's milk. Okay. By the way, I like it very spicy, so normally I would put more, but that will be the enough amount for anyone that just want to try like a really good one, you know, with a really good flavor. Although guys, this chili only grows in Peru, okay, but you can definitely find it anywhere else in the world as long as this chili, it's not an earthy flavor. Because in the chili world, guys, there is personally, I have found that in the chili world, okay, I would say that, there are 2 types of chili, okay? The one that tastes more earthy and the one that tastes more citrusy and has more water, okay? In this case, this one, it's on the citrusy side. Remember that we are infusing the lemon with these vegetables that we just put in. The garlic, ginger, the celery, the pieces of fish that they are inside, the chilies. So we're just perfuming this, okay? If you're using the yellow lemons, okay, you can definitely use any lemon that you can find in your local grocery, okay? But the yellow lemons has a lot of juice, so what we are going to make today right now is because I am actually adding a little bit of water because the Peruvian lemons are very acidic, plus also it will help to create more liquid when we mix it up with the ceviche, okay? But if you're using the yellow lemons, you do not need to do this step, okay? This is just for the ones using the Peruvian limes. Right guys, so last but not least is the onion. Always red onion, never the white onion, by the way, because the red onion has more flavor and it's definitely better and balanced well with the ceviche, you know. So the way that we're just gonna cut it is like a really fine julienne in this case. You can cut it anywhere you want, in any shape or form, okay? But normally, this will be the ones that Peruvians will cut, that will present the ceviche with, okay? So this is a classic cut. And now we're just gonna put the onions on tap cold water, okay? Because we want to wash out a little bit of the bitter part of the onion, and we just want the crunchiness and just the true flavor of the onion remaining in its structure when we are going to serve it, okay? So that's the only reason why we put it in water. So I like when there's like small pieces of the tiger's milk inside. Normally you will blend this, okay guys? People in the cevicherias, they will blend it, but I like to crush it in the small mortar, you know. That is actually personally one of the alternatives. This is the exact time that we are going to taste this. For example, it needs a little bit more salt, and that's when we are going to correct the flavor. And then we're going to grab the sweet part of the onion, which is the reddish part, to mix it up with our ceviche. Remember that the inner part of the onion normally has less flavor, okay? Or sometimes they're a bit bitter. So in this case, we're just gonna use the sweet part. Now we're just gonna do a small recap of what we just did. So step one was cutting the fish on a separately board, remember, with a clean knife. Very sharp knives as well, obviously. Then, first thing that we put on the fish is salt, then chilies, then cilantro, okay? Second step is so first step, as I was telling you, fish. Second one, tiger's milk. The third one, cutting the onion. Easy. Remember remember that at the end of the ceviche, you need to correct the saltiness, okay? That's it. Ready to serve. All right guys, first thing that we're gonna put, it's the lettuce, okay? So we're just gonna grab 2 of our really good lettuce leaves, okay? Like this, and we're just gonna put it in one side, like this, in one side of the plate, okay? Then we're gonna have a bigger spoon, okay? We're just gonna put the ceviche right in the middle. Oh yeah, baby. Super sexy. Then we're gonna put the tiger's milk on top, okay? And I'm gonna show you how to make the classic ceviche. First, I'm gonna make the classic ceviche, and then I'm gonna show you that adding a few ingredients more, we are going to transform this on the street food ceviche that you normally would actually find in there's these trolleys, okay? This is called the ceviche trolleys, ceviche de carretilla, and we are gonna make a classic one, which is with less ingredients, and then we're gonna add some ingredients to show you how to make the street food ingredients with these trolleys. After we have the ceviche on this, we are just going to add sweet potato, like this, okay? And we're just gonna put some corn, sweet corn in this case. You can actually use any corn that you guys have at hand, okay? No worry about it, okay? But this is actually Peruvian corn. They call it in some places of the world, they call it the giant Peruvian corn because it's actually giant, guys. It's not tiny, and it's actually one of my favorite vegetables to eat. So this will be the classic ceviche, guys, that you will find anywhere in any restaurants in Lima. But now we're gonna make the evolution of the ceviche, okay? In some places of Peru as well, you can find the toasted corn. So it's the same thing, but it's sun-dried and toasted with a little bit of oil. I know there's sometimes they use oil. And then we're going to put some deep fried calamari right there. A classic garnish in Peru ceviche. Back with the cilantro, and then we are going to put 1 piece more of chili right on top, just for decoration. So this will be, guys, the evolution of ceviche, from the classic one to the one that you'll find in the streets, to the one that you find in your grandma's house, the one that you will find in any barbecue that somebody's throwing a ceviche party at. So any place that you will go in Peru, you will find the type of this ceviche. So here it is, guys, Peru's most popular dish, actually South America's most popular dish. And this is how we Peruvians will love to eat it. A spicy, salty, marinated fish in lemon juice with some sweet potato, toasted corn, baked corn, lettuce, and deep fried calamari. A little bit of seaweed and a chili on top. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, put some thumbs up, share with your friends, share with your family, and please, guys, cook some Latin American food, okay? Cook Peruvian food. It's easy, it's fun, and it's not that difficult at the end of the day. So Bon appetit, buen provecho, take care everyone, and I'll see you next week with more Peruvians' most popular dishes here at Culture Cooking.